Well, thank you very much, Chris and Priscilla. I am coming to you from the NTV Express, actually the junction of the expressway with the old road here in Impala, Katavi Town Council, Wakiso District. And we know very well, of course, NTV is one of the regions that are making rounds on social media, given what is going on. As of yesterday, news had come out, or news had taken into that the NTV airport had banned use of or any form of video recording and photography. And people were relating it to what happened in the recent, of course, with the corruption, extortion, and the misconduct scandal that happened at the airport. But of course, the authority came out to clarify on what was really going on. But the information seems to indicate that people could be having a perception that the two, between the Civil Aviation Authority and the public, that the two are not understanding each other. This beautiful morning, I am joined by the Public Affairs Manager for the Civil Aviation Authority, Mr. Vian Luja, to just give us a clarification on what is happening. And Vian, welcome with More Morning at NTV.
Thank you very much, Ivan, and a very good morning, listeners and viewers.
What is going on at the airport?
First of all, it is unfortunate that the message that is trending on social media has been misconstrued or misunderstood by the public. Yes, it is important to clarify that filming or photography is not restricted in all areas of the airport. It is only the restricted areas that are restricted. But there are areas, for instance, you have just arrived at the airport, you are still at the land side. On departure, you have not even entered the airport. People are free to take pictures in that area with their loved ones, selfies and others. Also, after you have gone through the entire departure process and you have gone past the last security checkpoint, you are in the boarding area waiting to board your flight. You are free to take your selfies and videos from that area because it is not a highly restricted, sensitive area like these other operational and security screening areas. Restriction of photography in restricted areas of the airport is a measure that has been in place since time immemorial. It is only that it has been re-emphasized, probably at the wrong time. However, the message, first of all, may have been put in an inappropriate place, but the people who put it there, the thinking was the passenger sees it before they enter the terminal building, so that by the time they are inside, they are aware of this. Why doing this is because of late, many people had actually resorted to the practice of filming, especially security screening processes and equipment in restricted areas. And some of them, when they have unfortunately been advised, even politely, not to do so, they have taken it in bad faith.
But
so it was.
Let me cut you short. Why this after the recent scandal? Don't you think in a common man the understanding is you are doing this to deter perhaps the information that went on in the recent and not to come over time?
No, we are not gagging people in any way whatsoever. And that is why I'm trying to explain to Ugandans that this measure is not new at all. It has been in place for a very long time. And as operators of the airport, it was deemed prudent that people are informed because several of them were unfortunately engaging in the practice of taking pictures in highly restricted areas of the airport, including security screening processes, operational areas, and unfortunately, because of the size of the airport, many of these are very close to each other. For instance, while we have the first screening point as you enter, there is another after immigration, and it is just right behind immigration counters. And you know that even journalists actually access the airport many times. They do, but before they actually access to take any pictures or videos, there is a process and procedure that they go through that requires prior clearance for this to happen. So this is a measure in place that has to be implemented for the safety and security of all the users of the airport facilities.
Vian, when you're making a clarification, the Deputy Director General and the Director for Citizenship were thanking Ugandans and travelers for really taking, evidence with the recent videos that were notifying you that something needed to be done. So if you are restricting it this time, are you not operating in denial?
No, not at all. First of all, before I delve into that, I already stated at the beginning, and this we admit, that the placement of the message may have been placed in the wrong area in the first place. and for that we apologize, because the restriction is on the inside the terminal building in the restricted areas, and this is international practice. In most of the airports, you do not film security equipment or operational areas of the terminal building. So the message is well intentioned. However, because of the location where it was inadvertently put, those who put it thought that people need to see it before they enter, but that location probably was not the best location. We are adjusting that, but maintaining the implementation of that directive, which is in good faith. Then on the issue of the feedback, which we appreciate and acknowledge, I have done that time and again, we have provided feedback channels through which people can use to reach us. One of those is the email aviation@caa.co.ug. We have provided a WhatsApp line. We have also gone ahead to provide, on top of the other existing numbers for duty operations officers at the airport, we have added telephone contacts of senior officials at the airport.
Vian, I'll cut you short again. You talked about implementing other measures, among them this time having your staff having their name tags and the rest of other things. How far with that?
That is ongoing, and a lot of those measures have already been implemented. We are committed to ensuring a better passenger experience. And I want to re-emphasize that the acts that have been referred to, we as the management of Uganda Civil Aviation Authority and of Entebbe International Airport in particular, we do not in any way condone the practices that have been referred to and complained about. And that is why we have been undertaking measures even before this. We have taken investigations and punished a number of culprits in the past.
And that's where I was going on the update.
Based on the information that we received earlier on. But besides that, based on recent information, we have also gone ahead to take additional action. There were a number of people that were arrested, interrogated, and disciplinary processes are ongoing. A total of 4 of them from different agencies operating at Entebbe International Airport. But more importantly, we have re-emphasized name tags embroidered on all uniforms for all staff of all agencies operating at the airport. That is something that we had issued some time back, but it was not fully implemented. Now it is being implemented and people already have name tags. 2, we have restricted usage of mobile phones within the terminal operational areas for staff that are directly interfacing with the passengers while on duty.